Alright. I was going to talk about something from 2 Wednesdays ago that came to me during praise and worship. But after last Wednesday and what God did to me and for everyone in here, really, like ever since then, like God has been on my heart, has been telling me all this stuff, like, and then after the cave, it just got crazier. And I mean, I remember one morning I was just crying and shaking and I didn't know what to do. I was calling Miss Deese like, is something wrong with me? And she was like, no, I think it's called like being drunk in the spirit. And I'm like, yeah, but it sucks because I'm driving on the highway and I can't see because I'm crying and I couldn't do nothing about it. But, I mean, it was great because it was like God had showed me something that I never really saw before. Like, when I saw people, I'd be like, okay, it's just, you know, it's y'all, it's just people. But, like, I guess God put a burden on my heart for the youth because I can't even explain it. But I just saw y'all and I was like, I want so much for y'all. I see so much potential and I see what we're going to be. And I'm just like, I'm very impatient. So I'm like, all right, God, let's make this happen now. And I've been saying this for months. I'm like, come on, let's get something done, let's get something done. And last week, something happened. Like, I was like, we need leaders. And people stood up and was like, okay, I'm ready to be a leader. And that night, it was great. And then I left and I was like, I need more. I can't just stay at one level. Like, once I get to where God tells me to go, I'm ready for the next thing. And I can't get there without y'all. Like, I see y'all, I see what we gonna be. And I'm like, okay, we need to get there. And at the cave, the one guy, Fred Flanagan, he was talking about how a lot of people are afraid to worship and praise and speak out in church. He was like, but if we can't be comfortable to do it here around, well, I see my family, around our family, around people that are here to bring us up and help us out, how are we supposed to go out into our schools and do it? How are we supposed to go into our communities and do it? How are we supposed to go anywhere and do anything if we can't do it here? Like, it makes no sense. So he's like, so in order to get to where we need to be, there's so much we have to do here and in ourselves and in our group. Like, there's so many little cliques, I guess. And it's gotten better. I don't think there's anybody here that doesn't know anybody unless it's like that first day. So, but, I mean, I see so much. I want to see y'all be radical. I want to see some rebellious teams, but not rebellious against, you know, all the good things. I want to see y'all rebellious against the world and everything that the world has to say and the world has to do. I want to see, like, when somebody starts talking about, oh, yeah, I'm about to go get drunk or I'm about to go get high, I want to see y'all stand up and be like, what kind of dummy is going to do something like that? Not calling nobody dummy. Sorry. But, like, why would you do that? And, like, preaching out. And you ain't even got to be like, Jesus said, like, because they're going to be like, what the heck is wrong with you? But you just stand up and be like a leader so people look at you like, okay, there's something different about this girl. Or there's something different about this guy. Because that'll be like the next step up so that you can make it to the next step. Like, it's levels. It's not like Jesus going to be like, okay, this person first day at church, the next day they're going to be like, preacher or something. You take steps to get there, and I'm so ready to get to the top, and God's like, calm down, you gotta chill out. And Ms. Dee's been telling me this, just chill out, calm yourself, stop getting so hyped. And I'm like, it's hard when you see what we're gonna be, and you don't know how we're gonna get there, when we're gonna get there, and I'm like pulling people, and I'm like, come on, you gotta do this, you gotta do this, and they're like, I'm not ready. And I'm like, no, you gotta be ready, and I'm probably scaring people off by doing that, but it's like, I get so enthusiastic to see all that we're going to do. Like, I'm ready for revival to break out in school. I'm ready for one of all you to walk through Walmart and somebody just sees something different and start weeping and crying and coming to them. It's like, have people in Walmart slain in the spirit. Like, I'm ready for some crazy, radical type stuff, and I believe that this church and this generation is going to do it. Because y'all are so, like, y'all don't understand how much y'all influence people. Like, you don't even have to be nothing but yourself when you influence people. Just walking down the street, people see something in you. You might not realize, you might not see it, but they really do. And people can see you, and they follow after you, and they want to be like you. And it's like, even if you don't see it, because I never thought that I still don't see myself as a leader, I just see myself as me. Like, I feel like some little girl or something. And when people are like, yeah, you're going to be a leader, I'm like, what the heck? Nobody want to follow me, like, who am I? But people actually look at you and like, yeah, this is what I want. Like, I used to look at Lacey as like, I remember my first Winterfest, her, Brittany, and Crystal was doing some dance, and I thought they were like the coolest people in the world. And they were like, what the heck, I didn't even know what I was doing. And like, she never realized that her going up there to do a little dance affected me and made me want to get on stage and wants to come to church and wants to praise. And like little things that might seem so insignificant to you may change somebody's whole life and make them a whole different person. And I just want y'all to like, I want to see those people who said that they're ready to be a leader, who came here and stood up here and was like, okay, that's me. I'm ready to stand up and be the change. I'm ready to be the person that's going to stand out away from everybody else, no matter what I have to sacrifice, no matter if I have to sacrifice friends, no matter if I have to sacrifice family or money or popularity or sport, no matter what I have to do, I'm ready to stand up and be who I need to be for Christ. Because at the end of the day, once you put Christ first, everything else follows. And in the beginning, it sucks. Like, I'm going to be honest. Like, in the beginning, I was so upset because I lost some things, and I felt like they were so important to my life. I mean, I put them above everything. And when I went towards Christ, it's like I had to lose those things because it wasn't of God. It wasn't what God had planned for my life. And I had to be like, okay, all right, God, well, it wasn't that easy. I fought with him a lot. But at the end of it all, I was like, all right, I'm ready. I'm going to leave that alone, and I'm going to stop, and I'm going to live for you. And in the beginning, I was crying, and I felt like I can't live without this person. I can't live without this thing. But after I was like, what the heck was I worried about that for? And like, God just blessed me with so many different things. Like, I can't even explain. Like, I did not know how I was going to pay bills. And I just got a job out of nowhere. After looking for a job for months and not being able to find one, because I was in the situation I was in, I stepped out of that situation and trusted God, and I was like, the job just came to me. I'm like, what the heck? And